Let's go. Wait. Hold up, Q. Yeah, feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to son these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah, invite them in, welcome to the Lion's Den. And I'm Mufasa, big boss in charge of coming in like a bull. You see me raising the stock up, yeah. So baby, you gonna need some patience. I already won, now I'm just making a statement, Damn, baby, why your mans keep hating? You asking about the cake, you here for the celebrations? And I ain't fishing, I ain't really into baiting. I know they all wish I take away they mating, but sorry I'm taking me and my lady mating. She looked me in the eyes and tell me how much she loving on my confidence, yeah. It really shouldn't be no arguments, cause you're now viewing the greatest of all time, saying I can't get better. I promise they all lying on my confidence. Yeah, that's right. Look, I think it's time you start using your common sense. Everybody watch out, cause the bomb is lit. I got that confidence, that's right. Confidence, yeah, confidence. That's me. Hold up, yeah. I'm sorry if I stutter, yeah. My brain move a little faster than others, yeah. I even keep a close eye on my brothers, cause sometimes it's your blood that turn into blood suckers, yeah. And I'm on a big mission. My whole team got a plate up in the kitchen, yeah. I'm talking everything, I make all the fixings, yeah. They come a long way from where they come up missing.
All right, before I even start this, can anybody hear what I'm saying? Is the audio too hot? Because I'm trying an entirely new setup, so I don't want to go too far ahead if this setup's not going to work, because then I'll just kill the stream right now if it's not working. So just let me know if the audio is working or not. Audio's good. It's good. It's good. All right, so we'll send it. All right, so at some point during this stream, I'm going to have to change this battery out on the second camera. I have no idea if it's going to work. So what we're going to do today is build the exact quad that I fly literally every single day. So hopefully we'll get a working, quad when this is all done. So let's go ahead and switch over to cam 2. All right, let's go ahead and start this. I started this process earlier today, but I never finished. I just started assembling the frame. Before you start building, you're going to need a couple of things. You're obviously going to need soldering iron, some tools. I recommend the Race Day Quads kit if you're going to do this. I did just pick up this. This is sort of nifty. This is the WOW stick. It saves a little bit of time, so I would highly recommend something like this if you can get one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this frame. I've already started working on it, and I've got the arms, the whole thing. I guess I could have done this to save time, but I didn't. Now, one thing that sort of annoys me with the Apex frames is the fact that they have these little press nuts. So you got to watch these, make sure they don't pop out, because sometimes they're a little sneaky. You can see I'm just dropping it lightly. This is my only gripe with this entire frame, to be honest with you, is these press nuts. So, all right, let's start building this. I'm going to be using the 30 by 30 configuration. So 30 by 30, it does offer 20 by 20. So, but we're not going to be using that. All righty, let's give this a roll here. I don't know how this is going to work live, but we'll try. All right, so it's been a minute since I put one of these together, so I apologize. But this frame has been really working out really well for me. So, God, these press nuts are going to be the death of me. All right, so that's actually going to be sitting. Hang on, let me flip this right side up so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Making sure I have everything right here. All right, so let's see. I also need the little lock nut. Where is my lock nut? So the whole reason why I like to use this frame is because, one, it is really, really rigid. Everything stays locked in really well. for what it is, except for it's a little fiddly to put together. You probably can already tell I'm annoyed with it just by putting it together, but it's honestly, it's super, super worth it once you get everything all situated. That's the hardest part, is getting it situated enough to start working on it. All right, so shoulder nuts, gonna go there. I thought there was more press nuts. Did I put press nuts? Yeah. Oh shit, did I put them in the wrong side? I think I did. Fuck me. I think the press nuts are in the wrong way. Let me grab my other quad. Make sure I'm putting it together the right way. See, you only build if you have to. I haven't built in a while. So lower down, and there's that one there. Yeah, shit. I think I put the press nuts in the wrong hole. I did. Damn it. Oh, wait, I didn't. I didn't. That's right. These are going to be going in the bottom. That sucks. All right, fuck it. I'll just assemble the feet first. This is the easiest way to do this. Because these freaking little bastards, man. All right. Make sure we get the right nuts. I had everything laid out. Sort of fiddly. This is the most fiddly part. Once you get past assembling this frame, like it really, it goes downhill from here. So that's a good thing. The other thing I don't like about these press nuts is sometimes, see, like, look at that. Shit, man. This press nut's coming right the fuck out. I have the arm in upside down. I shouldn't have drank so much coffee today. I'll deal with this arm here. There we go. Once I get these locked in, we're pretty much golden, but it's fucking these. This, so what's funny is this is actually the second arm I've had to use for this frame today. The first arm that I used, I noticed it wasn't drilled out all the way, and the press nut wouldn't go into it. So exact opposite problem is what I'm having right now. So once we get this built, or these locked in here, we're golden. Get this on there. All right. So we go. No, I'm not drunk. Not drunk yet. Not drunk yet. It's just the fucking fiddliest frame I've ever put together in my fucking life. Where's this one at? All right, there we go. I should have put the frame together. That would have probably saved me a shit ton of time. Building, I think building's like half the fun, to be honest. Once you have problems building, then it's not fun. See if it lets me get this one in here. Scratch up the new MacBook. This is supposed to keep that rigidity. All right. Well, there's half the battle. I just got to get this other piece buttoned up and we good. All right, where's my shoulder bolts? First time I put this frame together, I was like, what the hell? It was so confusing. Now you put it together a few times, you sort of get it. All right, there's another shoulder bolt. Yep. We'll build a crunk version right here. All right. My tool's out now. I love this frame. I really don't need another one, but I figure if I have enough of them, I won't feel so bad when I break one, which hasn't really happened. All right. So this is going to be the front, and this will be the ass end. So we're going to be using the FetTech 45 amp ESC for this build, which I am going to put my standoffs on here in a second, but I want to do the ESC soldering first. One shitty thing is with FetTech, they don't give you any sort of gummies or anything. I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but I soft mount mine. Some people like the hard mount, but I'm going to soft mount this. That's just because that's what I've been doing and it's been working. Until it stops working for me, I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm gonna file out the holes. Comes 20 by 20. You can also just use a pair of needle nose pliers. I just don't have any on hand, so I'm just gonna file the holes out. And then I just blow it all off once I'm done. Just make sure that's going to line up in there. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I got to pull my damn fucking thing off here. I got one bolt in the 20 by 20, like an idiot. That happens. That was stupid. One shoulder bolt's in the freaking wrong spot. That's unfortunate. And you got to take the whole piece off just to get to that. So obnoxious. Yeah, damn it, man. I wish I would have caught that. Oh, well. figure this one's not fucking working. I guess I'm glad I caught that now. Would have sucked. One effing bolt, not in the 20 by 20. Let me actually make sure. Yeah, there we go. So stupid. Such a stupid mistake. Unbelievable. Really annoyed with myself over that. Oh well, shit happens. I'm so shaky today. A little fucking coffee. There we go. This is strong as shit, that little thing, man. Holy crap. Stronger than I thought it would be. Not a bad purchase. Definitely is handy. Very handy. All right, back on track here. All right, we're back to square one. So we didn't get very far. That's for damn sure. All right, so I'm going to give you the gold tighten here. All right, back to square one. All right, I'm going to get these. I want to first see if I need to file anything more out, which I'm good. So I'm going to throw these gummies in here first. So I'll get these fuckers in there. Thought I had a little pair of needle nose, but I guess I'll just use this. Little fiddlies. Get these gummies in there first. This is really annoying that they don't give any, but I get it. Make sure I don't have any dust left over. I've been really gentle with these ESCs. Fuck, that one broke. That's why you buy 2 packs. Shit, that's right, I need 2 more of those. I wonder if I have any gummies in the back. I think I do. I think I have 1 set of gummies left after this one. These are not as soft. I hope they don't, I hope it flies like the other ones. All right, so those are on, and just do a test fit. Let me see if I got more gummies. Damn. Shit, I'll make something work for that. That sucks that broke. Oh well, we'll make something work for that. Let me tin this up a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna put a Vista in this one. I'm gonna let this soldering iron heat up real quick. But I'm gonna put a Vista in this. I like running the Vistas because I don't have to worry about a BEC running 6S. And it just makes life easier. While that's heating up, I'm gonna try to find another set. There we go. All right, cool. I'm a big fan of less is more when it comes to solder, so just really quickly just getting enough tin on there so when the motors meet it, it just, I don't know why I'm so fucking shaky. All right, so those are all tinned up. We'll see if we can. Ooh. Looks pretty good. Passes my book anyways. Alrighty, I'm just gonna set this off to the side here real quick because I still need to find some more gummies for the rest of it. I fucked those up. All right. So we'll go ahead and get these going here. Where the fuck's my tool? Yeah, I found this. This is for the Apex HD. If you're going to look to run a Vista, I'm using this. This is going to go on the back of it. You can find that on Yegi. It works pretty good. I have it on all the quads right now and no issues. But it only works on the HD version. If you're going to use it on the standard version, you're going to need to narrow it out a bit. The HD and the... Shit, I put those on the wrong end. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Wrong ones. Oh, yeah. With the normal, you can use... Yeah, you can use the normal with the... No, I'm talking about this one. This file only works on the HD because it's a little bit wider. The standard HD is a little bit like it's narrower for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I wish they would have just not done that. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, it really does, Matt. Usually when I'm building, I'm so focused, I'm not talking, I'm not even paying attention to anything. So, you know, if I screw up a little bit, that's probably why. Usually I'm just like not even paying attention to anything but what I'm doing. So, but screwing up that gummy is going to screw me up because I don't think I have any more M3 gummies, which sucks. I may have one hidden somewhere. What's going on, Matt? Where can I find the STL? The STL file is not available. That's something that me and my designer developed, and we're probably not going to, I don't know if we're going to release it. We haven't decided what we're going to do with that yet. I don't know if we will release that file yet. And it's not me being an asshole. It just took a long time for us to figure out how we wanted it. As of right now, we're including those in, anytime somebody buys that drone from DroneWorks, we're including them in the purchase as of now. How much does this cost? This one's probably about $400 total. Maybe slightly higher, but not by much. Maybe slightly higher. But it's really, it's actually probably one of the more affordable builds that I've done. All right, I got to see something here. That's right. Where's my screw kit? Of course, I want to build. I don't have everything I need ready. Woohoo! So the Vista that I'm putting on this one, this is just a Vista unit I bought, and then this camera is actually off of an Air unit that I wrecked. So I'm just cannibalizing the camera, and that works really good actually, because I like how the cables are a little bit more protected. Yes, you can put an Air unit in this. I don't want to I hate the fucking Air units. They're heavy and they suck when it comes to 6S. Air units suck. You know how many Air units I've burnt out? Here's why I don't use Air units. See all these Air units? These are all burnt out Air units. Every last one of these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 burnt Air units. That's why I don't use Air units. You know why they burn out? Because BECs fail and you get spikes. I don't want to use T-motor. I've had more failures with DJI Air units and 6S than you can shake a stick at. So because of that, I'll never use another Air unit. I don't use T-motor. I'm using a KISS build. Hence the reason why I'm not gonna run an Air unit. So that's the primary reason why. I also run my ESC. I'm running this in reverse, so I'm gonna run it just like. Run it like that. Actually, I need to solder that top piece. Forgot. There we go. So I'm gonna run my Vista leads underneath that, I think. So something to that effect. Actually, I need to resolder these two. Fucking had the ESC upside down. That's okay. Live builds are such a pain in the ass. All right. Did you update that preset, Crunked? I got to go back and look. I got to go back and look at the presets. I'm going to make this one just a tad bit shorter. I wonder if the battery's on this. I didn't even look. Hopefully it's not going to die. I'll change the battery if it does. I'll go back and update it. I've been running like a variation of your tune. But I noticed today it was a little looser than I would have liked. That was the first day I was flying. I was like, man, I wish this was tighter. That's what she said. Not really happy with this ground lead. Alrighty. Yeah, I need more flux, but I'm out. I'm using this Kester. It works okay, but I definitely need more flux. I'm a little concerned about that cable. Got a little bit. Oh, never mind. I thought I'm losing my mind. All right, let me see if I got any more Loctite. Yeah, how about that? I do. So we're going to use the FPV Cycle 5-inch motors. These are the Imperials and probably my favorite motor as of right now. Am I what? Yeah, I'm using the plastics. Plastics are on there. They're just black. They're just, it's hard to see. Usually when I think a lot of people do builds, they're just like, you know, they do these where they're edited, so it's easier to see things. But yeah, I use the plastics for everything. I actually think the plastics are awesome. It's nice being able to slide across the concrete. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to see. All right. Wait, shit, that's the wrong motor lead. Perfect. Still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about those plastics I just lost. Damn, I can't believe I did that. Oh well. It's only one. I think I have one somewhere hitting. My tool. What do I use FetTech? Because I didn't believe it flew so well, and then I flew it, and now I'm like, it's hard to explain. You just got to fly it. Fly it once with Crunk's tune, and you'll be like, oh shit, I get it now. It's one of those things where you just don't really get it until you fly it. Like, you got to try it. I just can't explain it. People will be like, oh no, it's a placebo. They're full of shit. It flies amazing. Flies absolutely amazing. Nothing comes close. People say, oh yeah, this flies great, that flies great, but no. Legitimately, it flies amazing. I've switched all my quads over to it. To KISS anyways. But FetTech is just, they make a better product though. Did I ever use BL Heli? Yeah, I have a lot of Betaflight. BL Heli is cool if you want Betaflight or something like that, but if you want a really great experience with awesome firmware, FetTech is definitely where it's at. That's the truth, unfortunately. Not knocking their developers of BL Heli, but sometimes you get what you pay for when you're dealing with software. But you can use BL Heli with this, but I wouldn't. It's like, think of it this way. Putting a BL Heli ESC on a KISS flight controller is like loading Windows on a Mac. It's just not going to run as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you match the firmware up to a flight controller that can truly handle it. BL Heli works. There's a pass-through for it, but I wouldn't. And just FetTech makes it so easy. You just use FetTech one wire, and you're going to have an amazing experience. Like that's all I'm using. All right, let's trim these wires up here. All right. See, I can make this one a little shorter, I think. Can I? Should I? Yeah, I should shorten it up just a little bit. I'd rather cut it longer. Cut it too short. FetTech is not expensive. I don't know why people keep saying it's expensive. You pay $119 for a T-motor stack. You're paying $119. And then you pay $130, $139 for a complete FetTech stack. I'd rather pay more for something that's going to fly better than support shitty T-motor, because T-motor likes to rip people's shit. Like, they steal people's designs blatantly and then have the worst quality control. Fuck T-motor. Their quality control is seriously a joke lately. I'd rather support people like BREW and, you know, get his motors and support companies that like support good customer service. T-motor has really bad customer service too. Like, if I email FetTech tomorrow, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to have a response tomorrow or sometime sooner. Anytime I've ever had an issue, I've emailed them, and literally less than 24 hours, I've gotten a email back from them, which is insane. But that's the difference you get when you pay for, when you're paying for a closed source service such as KISS. You're going to naturally get a better experience. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you just get a better service, and it's easier for them to troubleshoot issues because it's a proprietary software. That's my take on it. That's coming from somebody who's a software developer by like trade. Is that I'd rather pay for a software because I know it's going to be the best it possibly can be. Now, there is an exception to that, because Falco X, I tried that, and my God, I wanted to pull my hair out. The configurator was the worst experience of my life. It was pretty bad, the configurator, just because I was running DJI and it's not really like 100%. And yeah, they have very limited options. It could be a great software if they had more options. I wish they had like a full standalone configurator that let you set your modes without needing the RC and stuff. That would be amazing, but they don't have that. Yeah, FetTech is not expensive. I would honestly encourage anybody to try it once. And if you don't like it, you know, you can always go back to Betaflight. But I guarantee you're going to fly it and it's going to ruin you. I mean, that's no joke. $75 is not up there for an ESC, because T-Motor's charging $89 for their 20x20 ESC. I can pull up a shit ton of ESCs. Should I go 3-inch or 5-inch for a second quad? I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking to do with it. I've tried the 3-inch route. For me, they're just so fiddly. I don't know. I'd like to build another 3-inch one day, but do it a little differently. But I don't know. I just never find myself like flying 3-inch. They're going to get more popular though, with the restrictions and everything. They're going to get more popular, but they need to make things better. Like those Beast H7 Beast boards from iFlight. They're not terrible. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the H7 version. And it's cool to have like an all-in-one flight controller ESC. You can save a lot of weight, save a lot of space. I was really hoping DJI would have put out some new air units, but they didn't. So that sucked. Maybe they still will though. Still got time, got a whole year. All right. I made that wire a little long. I don't care. That one's for the other one. Did I touch that one? I did not touch that one. Fuck me. It's hard to see when you're doing it like this. I'll be ready when they come out. I'm ready for new air units. So I'm ready for new air units like yesterday. You know what? I should have connected this, but I didn't. Oh, well, I can still connect it. I usually like to connect that before I get everything done, but that's fine. Ain't gonna hurt anything. All right, well, let's get this last motor on here. How do I know which wire goes anywhere? You can connect the wires anywhere. There's no specific way. I like to do the first wire, second wire to the second pad, but this is going to be like, so these three pads here are for this motor. These three pads here are for this motor. These three pads back here are for this motor. So it's, you really can't connect it the wrong way. The only way you're going to connect it wrong is if you take like this wire and connect it over here. Like you'll know. Like there really isn't a wrong way, because in the software, what you're going to do is before you even fly it, one of the first things you're going to do is test to see what orientation this flight controller is going to be. I mean, I should say, I'm sorry. You got to test the orientation of the way the motors are going to spin. I'm sorry. And you do that before I'll even do anything like put props or anything on. That's one of the things we'll do is we'll test to see which way everything spins. We'll throw a battery in there. In a moment, what I'll do is I'll test when I get the flight controller actually connected, I'm going to do it like a test fire and just make sure that nothing blows up, because that would be pretty sick if it blew up right here live. I'd be pretty upset actually. Be really upset actually. Be sort of funny though. Is that not long enough, the screw? I don't think that was long enough. I feel like I'm hunting for screws for this motor. I really do feel like I'm hunting here. I know that was the right size screw. For some reason it just wasn't fitting. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I'm losing my mind then. See, I even hooked Ethan. Ethan was a firm Betaflight believer, and then I got him to jump to the KISS bandwagon. That's my fault. I cost him money too. But it's worth it though. Like it's just because it flies so well. It's great when when everything works perfect. Right out of the box, like you're gonna get a great experience. That's the kicker. No fiddly, no fiddliness. Good, just a good solid experience. I need a spotter. If I'm going to fly this, I need a spotter. A dumbass. Like, you know, it kills me is like, go comment that on like Steele's video or something. See what happens to you. His audience will rip you a new asshole. I think he deleted the comment. I think what happened was as soon as I posted it, people were lighting him up, and then he ended up deleting that comment. Which, yeah, rightfully so. Stupid comment to leave. All right, that's it. All the motors are soldered. All right, so one nice thing that Apex does give us is some of these, which I think these are so nice. I love the fact that this is like sort of a nice little garnish to everything. Keeps the motors clean, or keeps the motor wires from getting all cut up, which is pretty nice. They're also pretty light. Most importantly, they're really durable. All right, so there's that. So I'm just going to use electrical tape for this, and I use a very liberal amount of it at that. What's going on, Swift Fox? So just a little. Yeah, no shit. Actually, the guys at Betaflight need to get with the guys at KISS to figure out how the hell they got the RSSI functioning properly for Crossfire without any sort of modification. I love it. Yeah, you got to be ready. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know she was going to come up. What killed me was she tapped me. People were like, why weren't you ruder? Well, for starters, people in Florida, they carry. I was not carrying, and my goggles were down, so I'm not going to pop off on somebody who I don't have a set of eyes on. You saw I had to fly over. I was not flying over my way, but I thought I heard something. I thought I heard footsteps. And she came up behind me and tapped my shoulder. That's what triggered me. But I didn't say anything. I was still nice. And once I figured out it was an old lady, I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. Because, I mean, she was in the wrong, to be honest with you. We were probably both trespassing, to be real. When you are using DJI FPV, there is no link quality, so you have to use RSSI. But with Betaflight, you have to map it through a channel. It's not as easy as it is on KISS. KISS, it just sort of does it for you automatically. You don't have to do any extra configuration, which I think is pretty cool. All right, so at this point, probably what I want to do is I want to get the flight controller, and I want to just plug it in and do a test to make sure everything's gonna pop right. I don't want it to blow up on me, but so. Now I'm going to test this with a 4S battery. Even though this is not 4S, I'm testing it with a 4S. All right, so we got a good fire, so we're good there. No smoke, so that's a good thing. All right. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get the Vista situated. So I have not tinned this Vista yet, so I want to tin this Vista up. So let's do this. Whoop. Oh. I wish Cadex made this easier. This is sort of a pain in the ass. Voltage. I think this is long enough too. Let me just double check this. Where I'm going to be going. Yeah, that's long enough. I was thinking. Can barely see it. Man, those tiniest pads, man. All right, carrying on. Make sure I didn't ground that out right. right. Yeah, this soldering iron's awesome. You know where I saw this was I was watching one of Steele's videos one day, and he was talking about the soldering iron he used, and I was like, I saw that same soldering iron in Bardwell's video, so I'm like, I figure, you know what? There's got to be something to these guys using this, and it's just because it's a really good soldering iron. So, and it's you know, it's $100. So those little tiny soldering irons, they work great, but they're good for travel. What's up? Bot grinder is on. See you later, brother. All right. So TX is white, RX is yellow. TX is white, RX is yellow on this one. I'm gonna do it something like that. No way am I out of that shit. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way I'm out of sticky tape. That's awesome. Cool. Let's say I thought it was out. So I'm just gonna mount this. I just stick mine. I didn't care. I've never had a problem. I just sticky tape them and call it a day. It works fine. These are the FPV cycles, Eric. These are about the same size as your motors, dude. I think you were the first one with the larger, the oversized motors, man. Like they're literally just a little bit bigger than yours. What's up, Brand? All right. That's a pretty good point right there. What's up, RC? What the fuck did I do with the antenna? I want to use the TBS antenna, but there's one downfall is it doesn't really fit very well in there. Yeah, look him up. Look him up on FPV Cycle. I'm telling you, Bob won't list the size, but people have said they're literally similar to your motor as far as size goes. What's up, John? What's going on, Big John? Where the frick did I put that? Yeah, these are the Imperials. They fly great. Phenomenal low-end throttle control. It's probably one of my favorite motors. I've literally got them on all of my builds. People were talking about desync issues, but I was talking to Bob, and he said it's only the Emeralds that he had a problem with because they were manufactured differently. But I haven't had any problems. At least on FetTech, I have not. I can't speak to Betaflight because I'm not using it, but I would imagine it just depends on what ESC you're running, whether you're going to have an issue. It does. It's really, really similar to Steel's. Take a look at it, man. Let's see if I can pull focus on it. I mean, fucking Panasonic autofocus, but yeah, the camera doesn't do it much justice, but it does. I was thinking about that when I had put them on. I said, wow, it looks more like a Stout. These little clips are a pain in the ass. Did I get it in that clip? There it is. God, these Vistas are a pain in the ass, but they're worth it. Yeah, the new FetTech is amazing. The new firmware is great. I have nothing but good things to say about their team. I am so happy I made the switch. I'm not even looking back. All right. So that works like that. Are you using the spike absorber, Corey? Like you really should use the spike absorber, and then you use it in conjunction with their cap, and you shouldn't have problems. I haven't had, and I have probably 20, 30 packs on one of my builds, and I haven't had any problems. So I really trust it. I've got no complaints from them whatsoever. Good work on their team. I think it just depends too, you know. Oh, fuck me, I dropped that. The next house, I'm not going to have any carpets wherever my office is. Once stuff hits the carpet, it's like the abyss. It's gone. I'm surprised I got this one back. It really is. Like, and I didn't believe it, you know, at first, but the more I fly it, the more I'm just like, you know, this is so smooth. Right out of the box, it's really smooth. It doesn't take a lot of, like, I don't have to guess with it. It's more predictable than Betaflight, I guess is the best way to put it. It's predictable. Like, I feel like pilots have more confidence on KISS than they do on Betaflight. Yeah, you'll hear me like when I'm vacuuming the floor in here. It's just like, it just sounds like I'm vacuuming sand half the time. There's so many screws on the floor. Typical though. All right, let me switch back to this camera so I can check to see if this battery's dying. No, we're good. We got 2 bars, so I can switch back. I want to buy the dummy batteries for these Panasonics, but they don't have them anywhere, and the adapters are like $150, and it's like crap. It's expensive. I need to just do it. Just stop worrying about it. Damn. Some of these things, you know, like I think when I do build videos from now on, I'm going to handle some of these like little detail things. Like these are the fiddliest little things in the world that just nobody gives a shit about. It should just be common sense enough. But here I am struggling like a monkey fucking a football. It's annoying. And right there, I'll get some mom email me, you know, that was really inconsiderate. You know, my son watches your stream. Damn, your son's like 40 years old. Never fails. That's a fat sack, Bill. All right, so that is in. I got to fiddle with that a little bit more. That's how we break stuff right here. There we go. When in doubt, force it in, right? All right. So the goal for this is I'm going to have the cap with the spike absorber, and that's going to sit in this little channel right here. That's how I've been running these. And like I said, I've had no problems with that. So the way you want to mount this cap is sort of goofy, actually. The way I've been doing mine is I'll take negative. I'll just sort of route it down in there, sort of like this. And I put them right on each other like that. I'm going to bend it a little bit like that, sort of like that. And then I'm going to heat shrink it. So, and I haven't had any problems with this. So I'm going to continue doing it this way until I break something, which hopefully won't happen, but it's working out so far. So there's that. It's the easiest way. It's the only way I could figure it out to where it was going to really work. I shouldn't solder over the MacBook. It's probably going to end badly, but we'll do it. We'll go for it. I'm just going to get enough to hold it. Soldering like Richard Pryor over here. Freaking Parkinson's or something. I need to lower my caffeine intake. I'm he's shaking so bad today. I don't know why. All right. And just because these these are the worst. I'll cut these off and then they'll land in the carpet and they, oh shit, it went across the wall there. But that's going to end up in my foot later. So that's no doubt going to end up in my foot. Never fails. All right, so I'm going to get this out of the way and move my flight controller. I'm just going to solder this up here because the way I run these, I am going to use some motor wire. Yes, I need more beer. Motor wire, and we will make sure that's on there, right? I mean, don't need a lot of solder. There, see, just something to this effect. Just some little balls. I'm just going to grab it right on this corner here. Just add a little bit more solder. Breathing in all these fumes. Short life. I am running your Ethix props, the P3s, man. This is one we already got built, but literally the best props I've used. Good throttle response, just super smooth. Even on beta flight, they were really smooth. All right, cool. So make sure that's all. All right, so next thing we do, we're going to take some motor wire, and we will use this for the leads. So I'll grab that. Just cut enough to make it work. Blue tack, I could use blue tack if I had blue tack. To be honest, I really don't use a lot of like crazy shit when I do this. I'm so haphazard. When you know what the problem is, like if I would have did this video and just recorded this video, nobody would see any sort of struggles. So they just see a perfect, you know, a perfect build. They don't see any of the bullshit that goes along with it. So, but this way, everybody sees the bullshit. Yeah, the throttle is really low. Like I noticed I'm not as twitchy coming out of dives, and they feel really good, man. But they are very close to yours. But they won't release the size. Nobody knows the size of the motors. Which is, yeah, it's whatever, you know. I mean, you can mic them out, I guess. Yeah, those were the PB&Js. Literally, for me, the best props I've ever used. I put them on, I run them on, I've tried running 4 blades, I've tried running everything, and for me, I still keep going back to the PB&Js because they have really good low-end throttle response, and they just work. You don't have to fight anything coming out of a dive. You don't have to like worry about anything. It's just amazing. You know, some people will be like, oh, it's a placebo. No, I noticed an immediate difference. Even on my beta flight rigs, I've noticed that they just inherently fly better with those props. Now, if you go up to like a higher altitude, like I was in Colorado, I had to change them out. And then I go to the S5s, which that just gives me a little more pitch. But down here in Florida, I don't got to worry about high altitude. It's so flat down here. All right, now I need heat shrink. Let's see if I got anything that's big enough for that. I don't know if I do on this one. All right, I got heat shrink. It's massive though. Yeah, it's like the biggest heat shrink I've got, but that's all right. I'll make it work. All right. I could trim that up a little bit more. I just want to cover it enough. Never know. Let me heat shrink this real quick. Sorry about that. I thought I've got so much shit plugged in. I'm surprised I've not blown a fuse in this office tonight. That's how much is running right now. All right, so I'm gonna make sure my camera angle's right, because in order for this like combo to work up front here, I have to run like a 20 to 25 degree angle, which actually 20 degrees should work for that. But that just makes sure I have enough room to get the cap down in there without touching anything. And that is going to be perfect right there. I've got to trim a couple of things, but you want to make sure that this cap, in order for this FETtech to be warranted, you got to have the cap on there. You got to have a spike absorber. I don't know if you need to have the spike absorber. They just really suggest it, but I'm going to do it anyways, because like I said, I don't want to run the issue of possibly popping anything. I've had really good luck with these so far. So I'm going to continue on with that. All right. Is that going to clip, or is that going to tuck down in there? I think it's going to tuck down in there just right. I got to trim this wire here. Oh, you know what? I also got to find some gummies for that other piece that I fucked up. I forgot all about that. I screwed the gummies up on the flight controller. All right. All right, so negative to negative, positive to positive, right? Right. So tedious. You know, I'll do it this way and I'll just bend it over. That'll be fine. It's not sticking. Come on. I had this problem the last week. I need more flux. I gotta listen to Crunk. Man, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have cancer when I'm older. Perfect shit, yeah. That works perfect. Hopefully I didn't burn that up. That would suck. I got to test the camera next. Make sure that's actually working. All right. So sort of how it's going to sit here. That should be okay. That should be okay. All right. We got negative to negative, positive to positive on that. I'm just going to trust myself. Otherwise, you're going to watch this thing blow up. So there's that. All right. Now I need to get gummy. I got to get one more gummy. I made a mess out of this place. I made a mess. I gotta get a gummy. Actually, I know what I'll do. We're cannibalizing some gummies out of my Cricket stack. Sorry, Cricket. It's for a good cause. All right. He'll forgive me. Oh my God, I broke another gummy. Are you kidding me? I think it'll start. It'll be fine. It'll start. It should start. Struggle's real, man. You know what it is? I'm trying to talk and everything, and that's most of the problem. When you're trying to pay attention to a chat plus pay attention to a build, things are going to go, you know, sideways. And there's not even alcohol involved in this situation tonight. That's the funny thing. All right, so that one's good. I should have a beer. Fuck the chat. Exactly. Somebody show me that. All right, so we'll have one blue or two blues and then some blacks. There we go. Whatever. I try. I'm super anal about matching things, but it doesn't really matter because it's you'll never see it anyways. As long as it flies, that's all that matters. I'll get you the kit that I'm using. I'm gonna link when this is all said and done, and if everything functions correctly like I anticipate it to, I will actually leave everything in the description below. There. All right. Son of a bitch, I put that gummy on upside down. And watch me break it time again. No, I didn't break it. Yeah, I soft mount my KISS builds. Krunk hard mounts his, but you know, I haven't had any issues soft mounting. But some people have said that they've had problems. I've just not had any problems, so I'm going to continue to do it. Like I said, I'll continue soft mounting until I have an issue, which, I mean, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems. This gummy is being a bitch. I also broke it, I think. Well, I think I found more of them if I need them anyway, so there's that. Yeah, I got this frame from Newbie Drone because they were the only ones that like had these in stock. But you can find them. I think Race Day Quads has them in stock. Come on, this motherfucker is being a bitch. 1 second, let me just get this in. Make sure it's right. All right, it's right. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. Make sure it's not touching anything. Sometimes I solder up too high on those covers here. I don't think I did on that one, although it sort of seems that way, but maybe it's okay. All right, we'll do another test fire. Let's see. Does it pop? We'll see. No smoke, so that's a good thing. All right. All right, so I want to get my Vista situated here, so I'm going to clip this up a little bit. These are 5-inch motors, yeah. These are the FPV Cycles 5-inch motors. Really great motor. Don't ask me what size they are. I have no idea because he doesn't list the size. They're much bigger than a 2306, and they're much bigger than a 2400. That's for sure. I think it's like 25 or something. I don't know. It's a pretty big motor, but they work great. Give you great throttle response, and they just overall are a really great flyer. And subsequently, they sort of do look like steel stouts. At least the Imperial versions do. No, they're not heavy at all. They're actually pretty light. They're like I said, they're comparable to a 2306 motor, to be honest with you. They fly incredibly well. Listen, I know it's like, because people see stuff on YouTube and they're like, oh no, they're just trying to sell some. I bought these with my own money because I was curious. Durability, I've wrecked the shit out of them and they've been fine. And you know me, I'm pretty hard on my quads, but they fly amazing. I don't really have an issue with durability at all. All right, let me just make sure. Snip that little piece I see there. Make sure there's nothing on there. I just wanted to make sure that was down. Down and out. All right. Actually, I probably don't even need to put any washers on this, I bet. This may be fine with nothing else. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else on that. It's sitting pretty tight on there as it is. Honestly, another great motor that I've been using too is these Hex motors. These are a 1777. They work great too. I would recommend those as well. All right. So I need to tin up the RX1 and RX2. And I can't even remember what I did for the RX. I got to remember that shit. I'm going to be like staring at the back of this Vista. All right, what one was this? TX, RX is yellow, so RX is going to go to TX, which is all the way there. Probably going to have to change the battery on the overhead camera here in a second, so I'll apologize in advance for that. You know what? I want to cut that a little bit shorter, actually. A little too much on there. My recommendation is to try these, man. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with these motors. Really do. All right. Okay. All right, so camera's on. Let's make sure that the camera powers up now. I want to make sure the Vista's powering up. Yep, I got power to the Vista. I guess I should at this point see if the Vista camera actually turns on and binds, because I think this camera cable was screwed up. I'll also change the battery on this overhead camera too, because I know this thing's getting spent. It's a live stream. All right, let me go grab another battery for this thing. Oh, gosh. There's that. And we won't turn that on just yet. We'll wait. Is this stream still going? I guess it is still going. All right, let's see about the goggles now. So I'll make sure this actually binds. We'll make sure I have camera anyways. Go ahead. Let's just see. Oh, you know what? I never activated it. All right, I got video, so that's the main thing. I just want to make sure I have video. I saw that cable was a little chewed up from soldering, but it'll be all right. It'll be okay. All right, so that's good. Receiver. Got to get a receiver. So we're going to use the TBS tracer. Just joking. Forgot to turn the camera on. So yeah, there we go. All right, cool. All right, solder this up here. Tin it all up. I gotta get a new BREW. All right. Okay, so I had these printed. These are for the Apex. My buddy Ethan helped me design these, and they work really well. So I'm going to mount these to the arm. I'm going to mount one in the front arm, one in the back arm for the whatchamacallit? Fuck. For the tracer. Shit, losing my train of thought. So I'm going to mount it like this, just underneath here. and they'll sit like that. So that'll work. Thanks, Ed. Huh. So, yeah. Just enough to get a little bite. I'm gonna get this one like closer. I know you're supposed to mount these like you're supposed to really do one like this, so it has all the axes covered, but I've not had any problems with it. I've had no fail safes. Actually, let me take that back. The other day I was flying this. I'm an idiot. I don't put a antenna on my receiver or my transmitter, and yeah, I fail safe that way, but that would happen with anything. But for the most part, Tracer's been really, really top notch. It's tiny and it works. It's fast. That latency is, it's like it makes the DJI feed seem smoother. I know that doesn't probably make sense, but it's something like, I can't explain it. You can almost feel it in your video feed with Tracer. So that's going to go on this arm. And then what I do is I route this one a little bit closer, like on that arm. So I have one in the front, one in the rear, and it works. Is it the best way to go? I don't know, but who really knows what the best way is anyways? I know what TBS wants it to be, but I'm going to mount it this way. And I'm going to come in a little bit closer to the frame. So like right about there, just enough so I can get to the receiver. So go under here. There we go. All right. Perfect. And that's like as close as I'm going to be able to get, probably. Maybe I can get a little closer. I don't think I'll get much closer than that, though. Because this one's right here. Shit. Can I get closer to that? Maybe I can. I'm going to have to try. Yes, those are the V2 goggles. Can't remember what way I did it on the other one. Oh, you know what? I came through there. That's right. I came underneath my flight controller. I guess that works. Just double check my wiring on this. I can't remember. There's like one trusty guide I always look at every time I wire these up. So I got ground 5 volt, channel 1 to RX, channel 2 to TX. That'll go to, this will go to ground. Yeah, but you know, if you have V1 goggles, there's no point in buying V2s now. So if you have the V1s, just hang on to them and just hold out. Unless they create new air units that are going to be dual band, I don't see the point in buying the V2s if you have the V1. Like the V1s are great, But the problem is, like, we don't have anything to use them for right now. That's the only problem with getting V2s, is what are you going to use the benefits for? There's like, they're not letting you get HDMI out as of now to anything other than the DJI drone. So unless you have the DJI drone, you don't get HDMI out, which is sort of silly. You're forced to buy a really expensive smart controller, and not many people who just fly FPV have a need for a smart controller. It's almost unfair in a sense. Diversity be thy name. Yeah, basically, like that's why I wouldn't do that. Shit, you know what? I need to take this one off because I don't have enough clearance to actually get there with this one. It's a bummer. I got to go to this pad, but it's not. Come on, this is painstaking. So fiddly. I wish they would have made these just a tad longer. Would have made mounting options a little easier. All right, so that's going to go like that. I'm going to have to route this underneath that, though. I'm going to have to go underneath the flight controller. But I don't want this to sit like that, though. I'll go like this. I don't know why that's a tighter fit on this one. All right, that's fine. And then I'll tell you what, I'm gonna heat shrink this now. Before I even get too far, I'm just gonna heat shrink it. Yeah, HD is a lot of fun, man. Once you fly it once, you're going to be hooked on HD. That's how I was. I was flying analog for a while, and it was fine. I mean, if you can get a really good video feed from analog, I wouldn't really say you have to jump to HD, but if you're struggling with video, then by all means, give HD a try because it's going to be a really good experience. All right, let me go ahead and quickly heat shrink that. All right, I just wanted to heat shrink that really quick. So I am going to be soldering to these back pads here. That's for the Crossfire, so I'll wait till this heats up. So one nice thing about this is that it goes to the same pads Crossfire does. Try not to burn anything. Here we go. Actually, that one's a little fucked up, but that's fine. All right, so those are pre-pinned. Let me see. What did I go to that one on this? All right. I'm pretty sure. Got my wiring diagram here. Make sure I'm correct. Let me just double check this. That's right. You just spend the money and get something that is awesome right out of the gate. Where the fuck is the wiring diagram on this thing? Oh, there it is. I just need the KISS wiring diagram. For some reason, for the life of me, I can never remember. I don't typically have to build often, but let me see. Here we go. This is what I needed right here. All right, so ground, that's what I thought. So it's going to be ground. I know it's not the cleanest way to do this, but it's going to work just fine. All right. So we got ground right there. Making sure I didn't bridge those. That would suck. All right, so it says blue is to TX. So blue's to TX. So top channel's going to 1. So top channel to 1. Top channel to 1. So that's going to go to there. Hello from Paris. What time is it in Paris right now? See, I put these Vista wires a little bit too close, but that's okay. I'm gonna make this work. I'm making it work. $24.50s in the Jam Fan 54. It's a good combo. All right. Okay. I'm just going to double check my work here. Yeah, it looks good. I don't see any issues with that. And then my only problem is this one antenna is going to be a bitch. I'm going to have to mount it differently. That's all. This one antenna, really, I could just zip tie it if I really, really wanted to be technical. I don't even have to use this little thing. But I don't know why this build is different. I got to look at my other builds and see how I routed it. I mean, it's been okay. Maybe it was like this on the other build, come to think of it. It's fine. It's fine. See, like, usually I'm talking to myself when I'm building, so now I don't feel so crazy because people are here. It's sort of nice. Gets lonely building. That sounded really sad. All right, so I'm sure. I think this will be okay there. I don't know why I'm freaking out about that. I'm still crazy, right? I'm here talking to myself as I'm building. You know what it is? You're constantly giving yourself moral support as you're doing a build. That's what you're doing. You're constantly giving yourself moral support as you're building. That's another thing. I've got zip ties for days all around the floor. All right, so that's what it's going to look like. You know, semi-complete it. Sort of like that. Her quad building is ASMR. That's funny. Let's see. What did I do with my other stuff? Now, this is sort of unnecessary because I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but just sort of la creme de la creme of it all. See, when after you're done building, then it's like the perfect time to clean your office. That's when you find all the things you misplaced, and it's almost soothing to clean your mess after you've made one. ASMR, FPV ASMR. All right, so I just want to double check, make sure I'm not touching anything really. I'm should be good. I've got everything done. That's basically it. All right, so let's find the top plate. So we got the top plate going on here. I think that's the one I stripped before I did. Yeah, it's a strip bolt. Gotta put this on now. This one has a tracer receiver. So, all right. So I think at this point, what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and activate it. All right, let's do this. We will close the chat. We'll put the chat there. We will actually, let's go ahead and do this. Make sure that's on first. All right, let's. For some reason it won't let me share my screen. Want to. Yeah, no. I want to share the entire screen. It won't let me share the screen. Come on. Wow, it will not let me share the screen. That is so weird. So lame. One more time. All right, fuck it. It won't let me do it. All right, so I'm just going to activate this. All right, so it's activated. I need to update the firmware. Make sure we have the right one and download. All right, so we'll flash that new firmware. Which I believe it's going. Is Paul going the DJI route? I have no idea if Paul's going the DJI route. I'm just waiting for the firmware to finish updating. I need to get my RC too, actually. Let's reactivate that. So with FetTech, another thing you're going to want to do is that make yourself a configuration file so you can always like restore it. But that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to restore my config file. But before I do that, what I want to do is I'm going to want to update the ESC. I'm going to update the ESC really quick. So let's plug in. Is that crossfire on? No. Oh, yeah, it's on. Cool. Making sure that was turning on. And I will show you what. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I will zoom all the way out so you can see the whole thing here, what's going on. I'm just going to do remote firmware, find the latest firmware, and we'll flash. So I'm going through flashing all the firmware now. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead too, and I already know that with every time I've done this, motor 2 and 4, I've had to reverse the last 2 builds. So what I'm doing is you can't see it, but I'm reversing it in the FetTech RC. So now I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to plug in this. I'm going to go ahead and pair the receiver to the transmitter. We'll go to Crossfire configurator and we'll just plug in again. Actually, we don't need to plug in. We'll just go to bind and it should see it. Yep, there it is. We'll just let it update the receiver and we're good to go. Almost good to go. Let me make sure I've got a configuration saved. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab the configuration off of this one. So all I have to do to make life super easy is just restore it. So I'll just do backup and I will save this to my desktop. This is sort of cheating, but we'll disconnect off of that. All right, so that's already configured. There's that. We'll disconnect off this one. And now we will connect to this one. Connect. Sometimes it does this. I gotta unplug. Actually, I don't even need it plugged in right now. There we go. So I'll just do restore, open, and save. Voila. Let me disconnect, reconnect. Yes, cool. All right, so now that this is done, we should be able to fire this up. Data output. I know what I'm doing. And we'll just say we want to test motors. Uh-oh. Not seeing any outputs. Is that not bound? It is bound. Not seeing anything. Sometimes I've seen this happen before. Data output. Just keeps on crashing on me. It may just be the Mac. But man, KISS configurator keeps crashing. Glad it didn't do that while I was updating the firmware. I'm not getting anything out of this. TBS Crossfire, that's all set. That's right. 180 custom. FetTech one wire. Advance. Yeah, I am not getting anything out of this. Not getting any data. Maybe it's just this. Well, it sees it. That's the funny thing, though.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning. Timer 1 elapsed.
Wondering if I got the wires crossed or something on the receiver. I think that's what I have going on here. All right, let me take this apart, double check that, because I'm not getting anything. It's like, that just means it's bound though. All right, so I guess let me just double check my wire in here. All the way across the board. All right, so blue is supposed to be a TX. So what is that? So channel 1. Maybe I fuck, I reversed them. That's my bad. That's the problem. I reversed those. That's exactly what the problem is. So RX is blue, TX, so I'll just reverse these and I should be fine. I have the X9D. I just never use it. I don't know why. I fell in love with the Radio Masters gimbals. That's the problem. X9D was great. The Tango 2 was great, except for the gimbals could have been better. But the X9D was great. I want something small enough to, be portable so I can just throw it in a bag. That's my thing. But there's just always some sort of compromise with these smaller setups. Clean off all that scraggle there. Come on, motherfucker. I screwed this up 100%. I bet you I get telemetry now when I connect it.
Telemetry recovered.
So telemetry's there. Let me connect. Output. Yep, that was exactly what the problem was. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's test the motors. All right, so motor 1 should be spinning counterclockwise. Motor 1 spins counterclockwise. Let's spin motor 3. Motor 3 should also be counterclockwise. Motor 3 is counterclockwise. Let's spin motor 4. 4 is spinning the right way. Let's spin number 2. One thing nice about KISS is that it sort of slow spools so you can see the right direction. And I can already tell you 2 is spinning, so I was right. So that's it. We're done. I don't have to do anything else. Now tomorrow I can go ahead and mating this. So that was an easy fix on that. And we're done. So now I can button this all back up. Throw a mount on here, throw some straps. And we now have another build. So who sat through this entire stream from start to finish? Does anybody sit through this entire stream start to finish? Came and went, came and went. Who's currently not flying digital, but has been thinking about switching to digital? So if you've been sitting around here long enough and you've been watching the stream long enough, see, I have a problem. So I have a problem, and I'm gonna gift somebody a set of V1 goggles in the stream. So somebody who's been sitting through this stream for the entire time, I'll ask you a question. If you can answer the question first, I will send you a set of V1 goggles if you're here in the United States. So you'll get my set of V1 goggles if you don't have a set of V1 goggles. How's that sound for putting up with this entire shit show? Okay, so check it out. There was a mistake I made when we first started this build. What was that mistake I made? Now, I made a lot of mistakes, but this was the first mistake I caught that I had to undo before I can go any further. What was the mistake I made in this video? And if you can answer that, I'll give you a set of V1 goggles, and I'll ship them out to you tomorrow, actually. Set of V1 goggles. Gabe M., what's your address? Gabe M., well, don't answer that here. Gabe M., send me an email and you got yourself a set of V1 goggles. So I'll send these out to you tomorrow. These are my personal V1 goggles. I'm not using them. They're just sitting there. I have 2 sets of V1, or I have 2 sets of V2s, so I will send you this set of V1 goggles, Gabe. So if you're in the Discord, shoot me a DM in Discord, send me your address, and then I will send these out to you tomorrow. I'll send you the wire and the whole shebang. So that one already comes with the patch antennas from iFlight too, ready to go. So there you go, brother. Hopefully you will enjoy digital. I mean, it's super fun. It's definitely a game changer. The only thing you'll have to buy yourself is a VTX, man. But the big brunt of the cost is already handled. So there you go. All righty. Well, hopefully everybody enjoyed this. Second place prize. Let's see. What could I give you, Sam? How about for Sam, I'll give you a set of motors, Sam. I will give you. So Brother Hobby sent me out these. These are the God of Metal 1950 kV motors. So I will, I'll send you for second prize, second runner up. I will send you some motors, Sam. So Sam, if you're in Discord, go ahead, shoot me a DM, and I'll make sure I mail your motors out tomorrow. And then Gabe, you will be getting the goggles tomorrow as well, man. Well, not tomorrow, but you'll get them in a couple days. So order yourself an air unit, a Vista, whatever, so you can enjoy those, brother. So, yeah, 1950. They're pretty awesome motors. I was pretty impressed with them. They're probably some of the smoothest motors. They're meant for 6S. You can run 5S on them. So now's your chance, man. Get the 6S. All right. So let's see. I think I got one more. I've got one more set of motors I'll give away before we close this out. So, all right. All right. So I've got a set of 6S 1970 or 1777 Umagod hex motors. These are probably my second favorite motor that I'm using lately. They're really durable and super amazing. So I will give these away to somebody. And let's see. There was something else. I know I made another mistake. There was something else I did. Oh, I know. All right. First person that tells me how we mounted the Caddx Vista on this frame will win the Umagod motors. Again, providing you're US, I will ship them to you. So it's a US giveaway. Can't mess with customs and all that shit. But how did I mount the Caddx Vista in this frame? Dead Shutter, you got it, brother. We put tape on it, so the 1777s is yours, bro. So all you got to do is in Discord, shoot me a DM, and you got the motors. So there you go. So 2 sets of motors and a set of goggles for hanging out with me during the stream. So I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome for hanging out. Thanks for not being super critical when a lot of mistakes were made, because sometimes that can happen, like especially when I'm trying to pay attention to the chat and deal with everything else. So I appreciate that all. Yeah. So like, I know we live stream, we do a lot of shit. Like we're not doing drone brews tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be shipping, getting all this stuff out, but we'll have a new video dropping tomorrow. And yeah, appreciate everybody for hanging out. I had a blast. It was a lot easier. It was a lot harder to build, but it was a lot more fun, even though a lot of mistakes were made. So, all right. So those 3 winners, make sure you shoot me a DM in Discord. You know, I'm always sketchy when it comes to giving away gifts. I want to make sure the gifts go to the right person. So Sam, I know you're in Discord. Gabe, I'm pretty sure you're in Discord. If you're not, I think I just heard somebody's message. And then Dead Shutter NYC. If you're not in Discord, just shoot me an email or hit me up on Facebook or something, brother. Jesse starting with me. I am going to be at the drone meetup in South Florida. So yeah, I'll be down there on Saturday. So I will be there. All right, Gabe, I'll look forward to the email, brother. Yeah, let me do that. Let me get the Discord link. Actually, where the hell's my phone? I'll send you all the Discord link. Let's see, Discord. I will invite. I think I don't have to do anything crazy with this. Yeah, I think I could just paste this in here. So let me go to my chat. Let's go. I got to do a thumbnail for this stream too. What a mess. All right, so that's the Discord link. You're free to join. Got a pretty active community going right on. So just shoot me a message. You can just DM me and I'll add you. So yeah, we'll be doing definitely more giveaways pretty soon. So if you're not already subscribed to the channels, now's definitely a good time to be around here. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope everybody enjoyed. Stay original.
I want you. got me